Hey everyone, it's Kat and I am back today to introduce a bit of a new series that I want to do until the end of the year, possibly into next year, whatever, we'll see. It is essentially a series, it's like a shop my stash type series. So alongside my project pan where I'm trying to actively use up products, I also want to rotate through my collection every month, test some products that I don't have in my daily routine, and decide if I want to keep them. So I'm going to call it use it or lose it, because if I don't want to use it, I may as well lose it. So this month, so I'm going to try to do this video roughly at the end of every month and reflect on what I've been sort of targeting that month. Now I did focus on an eyeshadow palette. This is it's in an Inglot Freedom palette, but inside is a bunch of Anastasia Beverly Hills depotted eyeshadows. So a little while ago, I went through a lot of my eyeshadows or eyeshadow palettes from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I kept one palette intact and the rest I depotted a bunch of shades that I thought I might use. So this month I haven't used every shade. That's not the goal of this. I don't want to like no pan left behind or whatever that series is called that other people do, because I'm going to leave things behind. It is what it is. But I just want to see, am I excited to use this? Do I like the looks that it creates? Is it something that I think is valuable in my collection and do I want to keep it? Now, ultimately, I like the formula of these. I think this is too big. What is nice about this is that it fits so nicely into this palette and it's like so sleek, so it's very easy to keep. But in reality, I kept reaching for the same shades. Now, I might have some looks on the screen. I wasn't very diligent about documenting my journey this month. I might be better in upcoming months, but I have also done 2 eyeshadow palette reviews this month. So it meant that 2 whole weeks was pretty much gone testing new eyeshadows. So I didn't give this a really good shot. I did use some of these sort of more purpley shades. I quite like these mauvey shades. I really like these sort of goldy bronzy shades. I did delve a little bit into the greens. These aren't the greens that I normally like. These are sort of like dusty, smoky greens, whereas I like more sort of mossy, grungy greens. So I didn't play around with everything. I did actually use this pink shimmer a bit because I thought that was a nice one paired with the peaches. So there are some pockets here that I really like. On my eyes today, I do have some of those bronzy shades. So I've actually got the really shimmery one, this one here all over the lid. And I think I've got one of maybe that one or this one on the lower lash line. So it's nice. There are some nice shades here. It looks very comprehensive. I don't delve into these. These are too light. There's a lot of repetitive shades here. So this, to me, my vibe of it is, it's a little bit much. Now, what am I going to do about that? At the moment, not much, because I don't have time to do much about it. Look, I like this. I like the formulas. I think ultimately, if I find myself with a smaller palette, I think I can probably get rid of half these shades. Like, let's be real. There's only a certain section, a few sections that I actually really want to use, and that I want to reach for every day. And anything else is sort of like, I'm forcing myself to do it when I don't want to. So I'm going to keep this for now. But if at the end of the year, I find myself with a smaller customized like magnetic palette, I might curate this and like cut it down to half. That's my plan. But as it is, it's just so nicely compact that I might as well just keep it. I did test a couple of other things this month. I did try out this Inglot liquid lipstick. Now, I really love the color of this, and I've kept this in my collection because the color is so damn beautiful. This is the HD Lip Tint Matte in the shade 39. Stunning color, like beautiful orangey tone red, like my favorite lip color. Now, after using this a few times, I did decide that I've only held onto this because I love the color, but ultimately I don't like the formulation. It looks beautiful on the lips, but it feels really sticky, and there's at no point during the day does it like set and feel comfortable. Like you press your lips together and it just like sticks and it's not nice. So even though I love the color of this, I will not wear this because it's just too uncomfortable to use. So this one is going to be decluttered. The other things I tested, and again, I kept this quite light. So this is just a little casual project. These are some lip products from Laura Mercier. So these are like your sort of chubby stick crayon type products. Now I've had these in my stash for ages. I do occasionally pull them out, and surprisingly, I do get compliments on these, and these wear really nicely. So I'm wearing one today. This is in the shade Laura, which is the darkest shade that I have. So it's this dark sort of berry wine color. Now it is like a tinted balm, so super comfortable. It just gives you this sort of blotted color on the lips. Really nice. I love this color. And the good thing about them is because they are really comfortable, they fade down to look like a stain or, you know, a tinted balm, which is essentially what they are. And they're really, really flattering. So I love this color. It's a beautiful dark red, really nice for winter. The other color that I love the most, I think it is, no, not this one. Sienna is my most used one, and surprise, surprise, why? Like, it is that sort of cherry red. This is the one, again, that I use the most. So if you look at usage, this is the one that's had most usage. This is the one that I will often find in my handbag, and I just love it because it's that sort of cherry color. But again, it lasts really well. So even though it fades down, the color doesn't completely leave your lips. It's really pretty. And this is a really fun sort of spring summer shade, or all year round, because I like a bright red lip. This is a fun sort of winter shade. The last one that I have, I am deciding to get rid of. This is Agnes, and this is more of a pink. Now I have been using it a bit. It actually looks quite similar on the hand to this, but on me it does look quite bubblegum pink. So I suit these tones more than these tones. So these sort of cooler tone pinks don't suit me as much. It's a nice lip product. I have forced myself to wear it a couple of times this month, but I just find that whenever I wear it, I feel like it doesn't, like, it's a nice color, and I'm like, yeah, that's like objectively that's a nice color, but it doesn't feel like me. So I'm actually going to get rid of this one despite liking the formulation, and I'm going to keep the dark red and the bright reds. So these ones I'm keeping, these ones I'm going to get rid of. Now, when it comes to August, I've got earmarked a couple of products to play with that could be on the chopping block. Now, there will be lip products that I'll just periodically decide to test. I haven't decided which ones yet, but the eyeshadow palette I want to play around with is my custom one from Mercier. So I took some of their little like petite palettes and I made my own. So I think I took two and I put them together to make this palette. This, I'm hoping, is going to be essentially what I want from this, just in a simple, like a smaller format. If that's the case, I might declutter this and go, okay, if I can get the same sort of vibe with this, why am I keeping that? So I'm like trying to curate my collection over time a bit better. But I want to play around with this. I do like Mercier formula. I do really like these cute small pans. I am traveling for like 6 days for work in August, so this is going to come with me. I feel like it is just like you've got some cool tone shades, you've got some neutral shades, some warm shades. I feel like I've got everything I need. And again, if I've got everything I need here, why do I need that like 100 pan palette? I don't know. And that's what we're sort of ironing out. But I'm excited to use this and report back how I'm going with it, and show you some looks. Hopefully I'll be a bit better at documenting some of those looks. I have mentioned on my channel that I don't really use bronzers anymore. I find that they look quite dirty on me, so I go blush and highlighter and that's it. But I do have a graveyard of bronzers, and this one is fairly cool toned. This is Beijing Beauty from MAC. Do I want bronzers? I will always keep one or two because there might be a time where I'm like, I want to look really bronzed and it's summer and I want to sweep it across my face and whatever. Like, there's going to be times I want bronzers, but do I need like half a dozen of them or however many I have? Probably not. So let's start working through and decide, is this flattering? Is this something I want to keep in my collection? Do I like the formula? Do I like the color? And if not, it's going. So this one I'm going to be playing around with, not every day, but I'm going to be playing around with it. And I also want to play around with my e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. So this is a liquid illuminator product. It's very much like a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, which I also have. Am I going to use this? Is this a step in my makeup routine that I appreciate? How am I going to use it? Am I going to use it underneath a foundation? Am I going to use it just with some concealer? Am I going to use it on its own? Am I going to mix it? Like, do I need this in reality? I don't know. This is not a product I want to pan. Like, this is a lot of product and I don't know if I like it. So I think it suits this use it or lose it project a bit more than a project pan. I'm sure that this project is going to take away a little bit of progress from my project pan, but I feel like the end goal is if I get to use my products more and like curate or assess which ones I actually really want, overall the net effect is positive. So I'm okay with it. So thank you so much for watching. Welcome to this new series, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.